Good evening, good evening. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Eddie, and if this is your first time here, first of all, thank you guys for stopping by, taking time out of your busy day, night, weekend, whatever, just to kick it with me. But again, if this is your first time, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I would greatly appreciate it. I appreciate it anytime you decide to stop by and kick it with me. Now, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the content. You guys already know I've been saying that the internet cannot be a real place, just like my For You page can't be a real place, right? I came across this video on TikTok about this groom who decided to make it his life's mission to ruin his wife's and his wedding day and reception with the foolishness. We're going to get into the video. I'm going to roll it as well as a couple reactions. You know how I like to do the reactions. So I'm going to roll a couple reactions after the original video. And then, of course, I'm going to come back and give my commentary on it as well. All right, so sit back, relax. Let's get into the content.
I look good. Tonight we are here to celebrate us. And I look good. Yeah, all right. Long story short, we just want. Oh, we appreciate everyone that came out tonight. We appreciate.
Whew.
We are here to celebrate us.
I don't even know where to begin. But one thing is, I like to look at people's body language when they're saying something. And if you notice, when he said, "Tonight we are here to celebrate us," he dropped his wife's hand and pointed to himself. That will tell you everything you need to know about this future husband. It will be all about him, sis. Proceed carefully.
I got embarrassed by her husband in front of her family and friends. Let me hold your hand while I say this. That man don't love you. If you guys haven't seen the video where this husband, not only at the wedding ceremony, but at the reception, gets on the mic and expresses how much he looks good at the wedding, to then turn his thick ass neck to his wife and tell her, "You look aight." He said it in his wedding vows. He said it at the reception. Gave a shout out to his homeboys of 30 years, and not have not one word to say about your wife. Like, is you cool? Like,
desperate to be married, and you will marry any and everybody. But please don't be desperate enough to marry a man that will put you down in a wedding vow, okay? Just who will put you down during the damn wedding speech. Because if that man really loves that woman, which I know he doesn't, it's giving narcissistic, "How you doing?" And he competes with her every chance he gets, and even on the wedding day. So ladies, don't be that desperate that you will marry anybody, because that whole wedding situation was a debacle, and I don't know why that lady is marrying that man. He's completely disrespectful.
You know, I gotta say, I really agree with these reaction videos. This is crazy. This is really, really crazy. And here's the thing, that 25-second video, because the original video is only like 25 seconds. Obviously, the speeches were longer than that, but just what was posted was like 25 seconds. There was so much in that 25 seconds that you have to like rewatch that multiple times to really understand it. It's crazy. Like, I watched that video like at least 5, 6 times already before I even put it on this video for you guys to watch it. I already watched it multiple times because I was just like, this can't be real. So let's go ahead and break it down. There's so much. This man sat there. There's nothing wrong with saying you look good, but there's certain things that don't belong in speeches. That does not belong in a speech. You guys both look good. You both look good. You look good. She looks good. She's a whole queen standing right there in front of you. She looked beautiful, in my opinion. But why are you making a point to say you look good? You can't say if you're gonna put that in a speech, which I would never put that in a speech. But if you're gonna put that in your speech, at least say she looks good as well. We both look good. How about that? How are you gonna sit there and not acknowledge the fact? Woo! Let me calm down. Let me calm down. Let me calm down. Let me calm down. Okay. Just don't put it in the speech. Period. I'm sorry. Just don't put it in this speech. It doesn't belong there. But I think you should acknowledge her. That's just what I'm trying to say. I'm getting worked up because it pissed me off. I ain't gonna lie. But for you to say she, the one acknowledgement that you did get was like a little bit shady. Like something tells me that you look like that's kind of like some sort of inside joke that they have. She rolled her eyes, which kind of told me that that's not the first time she's heard that. So I don't know if it's like an inside joke. Maybe it's just a joke that he thinks is funny, but she really doesn't. But she kind of just puts up with it. But if you looked at video, she rolled her eyes when he said it. So to me, that kind of already told me all I needed to know. That's not the first time she's heard that. She didn't look shocked to me at all. I'm disappointed that you didn't look shocked because I would hate to think that this is something that you normally put up with. That is insane work. Insane work. Oh, let me play that part one more time because we gotta see that again. Hold on, let me put it back.
I look good. Tonight we are here to celebrate us, and I look good. Yeah, all right. Long story short, we just want. Oh, we appreciate everyone that came out tonight. We appreciate.
It don't seem like it. You can never tell me a my way Nate that look alright. It's just not gonna happen. Like that's the most disrespectful thing you can say to somebody. Here's the thing about weddings. Women, some women, a lot of women, girls, whatever, dream about this day from the time they're like in elementary school. Like you ever heard somebody say like, "Oh, I've dreamt of this day since I was a little girl. I knew the type of wedding I wanted to have. I knew who my how many brides." Like women picture this type of stuff in their minds all the time. Like they don't even have to have a man, and they can picture this stuff, this beautiful wedding that they want to have someday. Because I know a lot of people who plan weddings, and they will literally like pull out shit that they've thought of. They be having vision boards from like 10 years ago. They didn't even know this person 10 years ago, but they had a vision board about the kind of wedding that they wanted to have. So I know women plan this stuff like, oh my gosh, I just feel so bad for her. I'm sorry. Like it's I and then in the other clip, he's talking about how when they first met, I don't know how they met. He didn't really say, but he just said when they first encountered each other, he saw her and he was like, "Damn, she's super thick. She alright." Now that part didn't offend me because guys talk like that all the time. Like when they see a girl, like, "Oh, she thick." Like to me, sometimes that's a compliment versus like a diss. Guys tend to like thicker girls. Depend. I don't. Sometimes depends on the area they're talking about. But usually when they say, "Oh, she thick," they're talking about like their butt, whatever. Like that's normally what guys say when they say that she's thick. Like it's a lot of times it is in a positive, light. Like they like the girl, so it's not necessarily calling the girl fat. It's kind of just means like, oh, she curvy, she thick in the right area. She not like a stick figure. You know what I mean? So that part itself didn't offend me when he told that story. I didn't really get offended with that, but you sitting there saying this at the wedding, like you not thick. Are we looking at the same picture here? Like this dude is bigger than she is. Like you got a whole, and I'm not fat shaming at all, so do not take it that way. That's not what I'm doing. But I'm just saying for him to call her thick, I don't know what you would call yourself because from what I'm seeing on my screen, you're quite a bit bigger than her. So just saying, like for you to point that out, like at the reception, during your vows, not your vows, but like during the speech, it's kind of weird to me. Like, but here's the thing that made me feel really embarrassed for her. All this stuff did, but this part in particular. Now, if you watch this, she tried to grab the mic from him. Let me, sorry, I keep playing it, but let me play it one more time because I want you guys to see this part where she tries to grab the mic. Look at this.
Long story short, we just want. Oh, we appreciate everyone that came out tonight.
Did you see that? she tried to grab the mic and then he snatched it back. And then she tried to say, oh, it's because we can't hear you. We heard him. We heard him. Did you hear him? Because really, you didn't have the reaction that I wanted you to have. I'm sorry. I feel bad for you, sis, but you really did not have the reaction that I wanted you to have. You saying, oh, we couldn't hear you. That's not why you were trying to take the mic. You weren't moving the mic closer to his mouth. You were trying to pull it away. So if we couldn't hear him, why are you pulling the mic this way? You should be pulling it that way. We heard him loud and clear. Did you hear him loud and clear? Did you not hear him embarrass the dog shit out of you? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Get them off my screen. Get them off my screen. This is my question. Where were the friends? Where was the family? Where was the godfather, her father? Why didn't anybody like? I know this is a wedding, you don't really like jump in and stuff like that, but why is he so comfortable disrespecting her in front, like on a platform like this at your wedding day? I don't like that he's so comfortable disrespecting her like that. I don't like it. It's weird. Do you know if this is my fucking wedding or anybody's wedding that I know of that I was in attendance to, the whole thing would have been shut down because there's no freaking way you're going to sit there and embarrass me on the day that I spent all this money on, all this planning on. Weddings are stressful and they're very, very expensive. I'm not doing any of that for you to sit here and embarrass me on that day. This is not going to happen. Obviously, this was not planned. Like, she clearly did not know he was going to do this. She didn't look surprised, but I just have a hard time believing that somebody would have been like, oh yeah, like we're going to rehearse this. That's perfect to say. You can say that. Like, I don't think that happened. Oh my gosh. But let's talk about this because this came up, this is like a bigger conversation that we do need to have. We can't be so desperate to walk down the aisle or so desperate to get her. I'm talking really to ladies, obviously, but ladies, I don't want to say we's not lady, but ladies, you can't be this desperate to get a ring and walk down the aisle that this is what you sign up for. Because I'm sorry, I don't believe this is the first time that she's been disrespected in this manner. It does not look that way to me. Like, nothing about her body language. One of the reactors was talking about the body language. When I looked at the body language, there's nothing about it looks surprising to me. Like, she just looked like this is, every day, Groundhog Day. And that's the part that I don't want for you. I don't want that for anybody. You can't be that desperate. This is the thing when it comes to respect from a man to a woman. It starts, I had this conversation with a friend many, many years ago. It starts in the beginning. Respect, how you want to be treated, what you'll put up with, all that, how somebody speaks to you, how they react to you, how they, whatever, how they interact with you. All that starts in the beginning. You have to set that tone in the very beginning of the relationship because that's not something that you can really correct later on. When somebody disrespects you, when they don't really even know you, you need to check them right then and there, because if you don't check them right then and there, this is what people do. They will take a situation and like, okay, especially men, okay, I got away with this. She didn't really trip. I'm going to take a step further. I'm going to take a step further. I'm taking one step further. I'm going to take it one step further. And this is what happens. You get to your wedding day and he's got the mic in his hand saying you thick and you look all right, but he looks good. This is what you get. So you cannot let certain stuff like that slide. If you're on a date with somebody and they disrespect you, I'm okay with you letting it slide once, but you do need to say something at least. I'm not saying don't want a second date. I'm saying, hey, that I wasn't really feeling what you said, or I'm not really feeling how you treated the waiter. You were kind of rude to her. Like, I don't think that was cool. Because if he's talking to strangers in a certain way, he's going to talk to you that way too. So you need to check people in the beginning, because you don't want to get to your wedding day and be embarrassed like this, or worse, some whatever abuse, verbal abuse, physical abuse. It all kind of like, it's like a domino effect. Like, it starts off with like a little bit of verbal abuse. It starts off with a little bit of joke. Ha ha, this is funny to me. But here's the thing about this. He clearly thought this was funny, but don't do that at the expense of me. Okay, like, if you want to be funny, make a joke about you. Don't make a joke about me on my wedding day. It's both of our wedding day, but if you want to embarrass somebody, embarrass yourself. I don't need to be the brunt of your joke at any given time, especially not on this day. Like I don't, and there was a couple people laughing in the crowd. I didn't like that either, but whatever. They're probably his friends. I didn't like that either. But like, if I was in like the audience and something like that happened, I'd be like really, really uncomfortable. Like I'd probably pull him to the side and be like, "Is you all right?" Like the way he was talking to you up there, like you were. I know you didn't really like flinch or nothing like that, but I was embarrassed for you. Like, what's that about? Does he always talk to you like that? Because I feel like that's what real friends are for. You know what I'm saying? Like if real friends will tell you, like they don't have to interrupt the whole wedding ceremony. I probably would have, but real friends don't have to do that. Real friends can be, afterwards. And I hope her friends did, talk to her afterwards and be like, "Hey, listen, your wedding day. This is your man. Do what you want." But the way he was treating you, I would never put up with it. Couldn't be me. I hope and pray that a love like this never, ever, ever finds me or any of you. I don't want that for you. I ain't got to worry about this type of love finding me because I will run, I will hide, I will go into the witness protection program, I will hide under a rock, in the cave, in an ice castle, I will hide in somebody's basement like the Nazis are looking for me before I ever let a love like this find me. Ice would find me before this love would find me, period. We got to do better. Even worse, why was this ever brought to the internet? I would rather mop the ocean floor before I ever post something like this embarrassing myself on the internet. Period. Never would happen. You guys would, if this happened to me, you guys would never know about this. Nobody would ever know about this unless you're in attendance. Then you would know. Then you would know. But I promise you, you guys would never ever know about this because I would never post this. If this was my friend, after that happened, I would have took them in the back and be like, "Yo, do we need to go to the courthouse on Monday to get this whole thing annulled? Because you don't gotta do this. You ain't gotta do this. We can go to the courthouse, we can get an annulment, like what you want to do, because this, I ain't cool with it. I'm sorry. Like, if you want to put up with it, I guess, but I ain't gonna not say nothing, though. Like, I'm gonna tell you something. As a real friend, I'm gonna tell you something. But it's okay. If you still want to go through with it, then I guess. She looks happy in a way, but I don't like it. I don't like it for her. I do not like it for her. I don't like it for you. I don't like it for any of you. I'm sorry. I love you guys, but I don't want that for you. So take this as a cautionary tale that in the beginning of a relationship, make sure you command respect. You don't ask for respect. You don't request it. You demand it. If they can't treat you with respect in the beginning of the relationship, it is not going to change. It's not going to get better. Don't let it slide. Check somebody that need to be checked. Tell them how you want to be treated, how you expect to be treated. I don't care if it's a friend, somebody you're dating, coworker, whatever the case is. If somebody wants to be in your presence, you need to command that respect. Otherwise, they're not going to give it to you. People treat you the way you allow them to treat you. You got to sometimes tell people how to treat you. Don't let people just treat you any kind of way, okay? So I thank you guys for stopping by again. This one was a good one. This one was a really good one. I'm so sorry that this video went on so long. Like, I got long-winded, I guess. But this video got me a little bit heated, I ain't gonna lie. So, but I do thank you guys for stopping by. I hope you guys stuck around to the very end. Please, again, like, comment, and subscribe. I hope you guys have a fantastic weekend. I will see you guys in the next one, and you guys be good, okay? Peace.